Hey guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan. So today's video, we have built a makeup kit together. So I asked you guys in my community post, what are the products you would like to have in your makeup kit if you were building one, and what would your suggestions be for me if I had to make a video about makeup kit for beginners or brides who are at this time doing their own makeup, say if they have a small wedding ceremony. I have kind of built this makeup kit taking your suggestions. This bag is from Oriflame and this actually holds a lot of makeup. I've carried a lot of makeup for some very special occasions, for my wedding and for my brother's wedding and all that. So this makeup bag, I don't know if I can find it online. If I can, I will link it down below. So this makeup kit is built using products below 1,000 rupees. Now I've tried to keep it as affordable as possible. Now affordability is a very subjective term, but I wanted to use good quality products, something that I've used for a long time and something that I can stand by, and something that I can vouch and tell you guys like, no, I know how this product performs. Let me know if you want the same video with a high-end version. So all high-end products. So then you can come by and choose the best and make your own makeup kit. But because a lot of you guys asked me to keep it affordable, I have not included any of my favorite high-end products. And these are really good products and I've used it for an n number of special occasions in my life. So for my brother's wedding and reception, I didn't have a makeup artist. I didn't want to hire somebody because they were really charging a lot. And especially for like the groom's sister and stuff like that, it was really pricey. So I actually did my own makeup and I really liked how it turned out. And yeah, so I used a lot of really affordable products and some of it is right here in this kit as well. So this has everything you would need if you're going to do your own makeup, if you're going to do somebody else's makeup, or if you're looking to build your own makeup kit. So let's get started. I'm super excited. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is skin prep products. So something that is very, very important before this makeup even goes onto your face is to prep your skin the right way. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is a moisturizer. Now this is the Face Shop Rise Ceramide Moisturizer. The reason I included this is because I have sort of normal to dry skin. Dry when the weather is very dry, when it's winter time, I can get occasionally dry. So I like to use products that is more cream based and a little bit thicker in consistency. So this one works really well for people of my skin type. It is of a slightly thicker consistency, but little goes a long way with this, and it does hydrate your skin really well. And this actually even preps your skin really well before you apply any foundation. So even if you have like a more matte foundation, a more full coverage foundation, it wouldn't cake up. Now the next one I'm going to be talking about is the Mamaearth Under Eye Cream with cucumber and coffee in it. I've already been using the Mamaearth Bye Bye Dark Circles eye cream. You guys know how much I love this, and this has made a world of a difference to my under eye area, and I feel like even this cream works exactly like that. So I'll talk to you guys a little bit about this product. Now this is what the outer packaging looks like. I would always recommend that for any skincare product, always read up on that product on the website if there is no outer uni carton, or always go through the uni carton because it has all the information that you would need. So right here you would know who it's manufactured by, where it's manufactured. So this one is made in India, and also it mentions that Mamaearth is a plastic positive brand. They recycle more plastic than they use, which is an amazing thing. And also when you turn it right on this side, and it mentions like what the product is made of. So it's a very lightweight formula, hypoallergenic, and made with natural ingredients. So the key ingredients are mentioned right here, and I looked up on the website. They have their complete ingredient list. I will try to insert like a screenshot or a clip of the ingredients. You guys can see that everything is mentioned on that, and that is the complete ingredient list. So this is what the actual product looks like. It comes with a pump, which I highly appreciate. So you can pump out just the amount of product you would need and you can apply it. So this particular area is very sensitive and the skin here is actually very thin. So you have to hydrate it really well and apply very little pressure on this part, even if you're using concealer, brushes, or anything of that sort. So what I like to do is I like to pump out this product on my ring finger and kind of like tap it in and then massage it very lightly. I feel like it moisturizes that part so well and the makeup goes on very smoothly on top of it. You guys can see from the demo, I've actually layered on color corrector, concealer, powder, and still the under eye area looks so smooth. And also the key ingredient of this product is coffee and cucumbers. So coffee extract is rich in antioxidants and it actually tackles the darkness, reduces puffiness, and cucumber is known for its soothing properties and collagen boosting properties, firms the skin underneath your eyes, and it also has white lily extract in it. Now you can read up all about the ingredients and everything on the Mamaearth website, and you can use my discount code, which I'll place it right here on the screen if you want to shop any Mamaearth products. you can avail this and you'll get 20% off. Now, this is not an affiliate code. It's something that is just going to benefit you guys. So you can find this product on Mamaearth website, Amazon, Nykaa and purple.com. Also, Mamaearth is PETA certified as cruelty-free brand. Now, for me personally, this product has worked really well in tackling the darkness in my under eye area and especially towards the inner corner. This one has visibly reduced it a lot. I will insert pictures of my eyes without any makeup and nothing of that sort, and you guys can see there is a big difference. And when I started using this product, I've actually stopped color correcting. Of course, for the demo, I have shown you guys how to color correct and all that, but I've also inserted a demo of me just using concealer on its own. And the concealer that I use is very lightweight and it also has medium coverage. It's not like my full coverage Tarte Shape Tape concealer. And of course, on days when I'm not filming, I don't find the need to actually use any makeup underneath my eyes, and I'm barefaced most of the times and there's no darkness peeking through. So this is something that I chose to talk about, especially because I feel like it's a perfect fit for the makeup kit, and a lot of you guys even recommended this particular eye cream. You get 50 ml of product in this, and this retails for 599 rupees. And also something that the brand itself recommends, that you double it up as a face moisturizer as well. So it's not just an eye cream, it's also a face cream, and you get 50 ml of product. So this is very lightweight on the skin, and even if you have sensitive skin type, you can try using it. It's been a while since I even applied this makeup, and this area is looking so smooth. So now that we've prepped our skin, you have to let it rest on your face for at least 10 minutes. So then you can do your eye makeup first, or fill in your brows and everything. So if you are like really experienced with your makeup, you can go ahead with your face makeup and then do your eye makeup. But for very special occasions and stuff like that, I always do my eye makeup first. So let's start off with brows and then we'll move on to the eyeshadow application and all. I have two different kind of products according to what you would really like to suggest to you guys. So one is a brow pomade. Now this works really well for me because I don't really have to set it, and I just use it in places where I have a little bit of like bald patches seen through, because I'm not able to thread my eyebrows, especially at this time, or even in the past, I was not very consistent with my threading. So I used to use an eyebrow eraser and take it off. So I used to be very reckless and sometimes take off a little bit extra hair so it would look a little bit bald. So that's when I use this kind of a brow pomade, because it fills it in perfectly and it also sets it at the same time. I don't really like to use too many eyebrow products. As you guys can see, I have pretty full brow. I don't really find the need to fill it in too much, then it will look too stark. But for the demo purposes, I have shown you guys like me applying eyebrow product. And another eyebrow product that I feel like is amazing and so unique in its own is this Sugar Arch Arrival 3-in-1 brow pencil. The reason but I feel like this is a little bit of a revolutionary product is because one, you get your usual eyebrow product. Like you get this one, the pencil, the retractable side where you actually fill in your brows. Now this comes in different shades, but I am using the shade Jerry Brown. What I like to do is like I fill in my brows with this in the direction of the hair growth, and then you have to open it up this side. So you get a powder side as well. So it comes with this cushion applicator, and then you can powder your brows down as well, so that the product stays in place and it doesn't move. And places where you can't actually fill in properly, you can use the powder and fill it in. And it also comes with a spoolie. So everything in one product. You don't carry multiple products in your kit if you are going out, or if you're going to start traveling later sometime. Everything is in this. A spoolie in a brow product is a must, and this one can perfectly help you. You can actually just like blend in the eyebrow product with your hair. And so if you have very sparse hair growth and you don't have really thick eyebrows, don't worry, you can fill it up. And then let's move on to eyeshadow. Now, you have to prep your eyelids as well. You have to conceal the darkness on your eyelid for the eyeshadow to pop. So usually what makeup artists recommend is that you use a eye primer, something that has a little bit of a tint to it to mask up the natural lid color. But I couldn't really find anything in the affordable option, and I'm someone who uses concealer to conceal my lids. I can actually imagine Robert Welch just giving me that side eye. If you guys watch his videos, I love him, and he doesn't recommend using concealer on your eyelid. Actually, he has a very good point. I've noticed this as well. Okay, because concealer is something that's supposed to be a little bit hydrating. It has emollients that makes it really smooth on your skin and doesn't dry your skin out. So if you use a concealer to conceal your eyelid, it's going to crease on your eyelid, and then the eyeshadow will also look like it's creasing a lot. So this is true for people with very oily eyelids. So if you have very oily eyelids, your concealer would not be enough. It will crease. I would recommend using a very good eye primer as your base. But for me, because I have sort of normal eyelids, I don't really find the need to use an eye primer, and a concealer works just fine for me. Now that you've concealed your lid, moving on to eyeshadow. I'm not talking about techniques here. For that, you can follow amazing makeup artists online, YouTube or Instagram. I'm not a professional. I just know to do makeup on myself, and something that I've practiced over time and like kind of figured it out. But I know the products. So I have some eyeshadow palette option for you guys. I have a couple of these. Now you can find out different color variants in the same according to whatever you want in your collection. So if you don't have something, then you can get that particular variant. Now something that is really affordable. This is the Wet n Wild Rose in the Air eyeshadow palette. A lot of people really love this. This is very affordable. The matte shades are super pigmented, and the shimmer shades do lack a little bit of pigmentation, but I will tell you guys exactly what to do. If you suppose have this palette and you're like, okay, the shimmer is not showing up, what do I do? I'll tell you guys something that will work in a complementary manner to this eyeshadow palette. Now the matte, amazing. They have good transition shades, really nice shades right here, and also a deep brown shade. Now this eyeshadow particularly, you can use it to fill in your brows if you don't really have a specific eyebrow product and you're not big on eyebrow products. And what I like to do is I take a brush like this. This I got as a set. This is from Vega. So I just like dip this eyeshadow like this, rub it onto my eyebrows. That's enough for me because I have pretty full brows. But if you want a more precise application, you can use an angled liner brush. And then if you want another like complementary shades, if you want to invest in different kind of shades, something that is affordable again is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. This is the original palette and they have reformulated it in this kind of a variant where I didn't get it because I had this. And I also like the shimmer. This is only a shimmer palette and I really like the pigmentation of the shimmer shades in this. They are so pigmented and they work really well on the eyes, especially if you wet them. I do use them without wetting the eyeshadows as well, but you can wet them and you can use them with your fingers. I like to use shimmer shades always with my finger, and this is a shade that I have towards this center part of my eye. It is really nice. So you can still find this on Nykaa and Hope Makeup. And then another eyeshadow palette that is from Makeup Revolution. I love Makeup Revolution palettes. This is the Revolution Reloaded Neutrals 2 eyeshadow palette. Now they have different variants. Something that is very similar to the Anastasia Soft Glam palette is the shade Velvet Rose. So that is more warm toned and more neutral. I just wanted something with a lot of more pinks and something that I didn't have in my collection and something I can use in complementary to my other eyeshadow palettes. So that's how I went ahead and invested in eyeshadow palettes. So I don't want to buy similar eyeshadows because how many times will I use the same kind of shades? So this works really well for me. It has really pigmented like orange, brown shades, pink shades. So this is what I have all over my lid, and then I use that shade from Wet n Wild on top. As my transition, I've used this brown shade. So this works for all skin tones again. So that is something you have to keep in mind when you're investing in an eyeshadow palette, that it has to show up on your skin tone. There are eyeshadow palettes that don't show up on all skin tones, like the Urban Decay Naked palette. They are too light. They're not very pigmented. So you have to keep in mind that as well. And the last palette I'm going to be talking about is from Makeup Revolution as well. This is the Chocolate Wise palette. This is my tried and true, and this is something that I've used a lot. So this comes with a mirror which you can use, and really nice gold shades. You can see the dent on these gold shades. I've used it so much. They are very pigmented. Use it with your fingers, but they do flake a little bit. This is their old formula, so it does flake a little bit. So don't keep building up that shade. Really nice dark brown. Good transition shades, good shades to highlight as well. So I really like this, and they have another variant as well, which is in the rose gold variant. So any variant that you want, check it out and buy it. They have even a peachy variant, whatever you like. This particular eyeshadow palette is priced above 1,000 rupees, but you can always get it on sale for less than 1,000 rupees. And something that would complement your eye look, especially if you have something like the Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette where the shimmer shades don't pop as much as you would want, you'd like to use a liquid eyeshadow like. So these are from Swiss Beauty, and they're very affordable, like for $1.99 or something like that. I have it in two shades, Diamond Dust and Champagne. Champagne is something that I reach out for a lot, and I've even used this in my previous video. You guys can see it's really shimmery. It's very nice, but it doesn't have a crazy amount of fallout on your face even if you have to blend it. So it stays in place. It's amazing. It packs a punch. It's so beautiful. Looks almost like a high-end liquid eyeshadow. So irrespective of whatever palette you have, You need to get your hands on these. They are amazing. And then coming to the usual eye products like your Kajal. So I am someone who uses black Kajals on a regular basis. You can use whatever color you like. You can use brown, whatever you like. But I'm recommending two amazing black eyeshadows that have been working for me really well. One is the Plum Kajal. This is a super pigmented black kajal which stays in place for a really long time, even if you have a waterline that any product slips away from very easily. And this is something I like as well. This is the Nykaa Rock the Line Kajal, again a black kajal, but this is a retractable form. It's not as pigmented as the plum one, but it still works and it still stays in place for a really long time. Works really well. And I even like the K-Beauty Kajal, the one that is priced at around 250 or something like that. That is again a retractable eye pencil. I don't have it with me to show it to you guys, but that is really nice. Now for eyeliner, the Maybelline gel eyeliner is an amazing option. It stays in place, it's easy to line, and it doesn't fade away easily. But if you like liquid liners, I'm not very sure about liquid liners from the affordable range that is very pigmented and lasts really long. So leave it in the comment section down below if you have any recommendations. It would really help a lot of people. And then for mascara, the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara is amazing. Adds a good amount of length and volume to your eyes. This is what I have on my eyes today as well. You can also try the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. It's the waterproof variant and again adds really good amount of length and volume and holds your curls as well. Now for eyelashes, if you want to amp up your look, if you want to add a little bit of oomph factor to your look, you need to use eyelashes. So I am recommending something that is more on the natural side. Of course, you can try out something that is more dramatic, something that has more volume to it. So you can try out the Mink Lashes from PAC as well. They are slightly more expensive, like around 350 rupees, but this one is really affordable. This is for 175 rupees. This is in the variant 52. These are the tapered lashes. I also have tried their lash in 53, which works really well for my eye shape. I don't really have like long, elongated, big eyes. I have kind of like tiny rounded eyes, so I need to use something that is good for my eye shape. So this is really nice. It's very lightweight. It doesn't feel like two people are actually sitting on your eyelashes, and it doesn't feel heavy. And you know, when you're like blinking and all that, it doesn't interfere with that. And a lash glue should go hand in hand with that. The reason I bought this PAC lash fixer is because it comes with a brush tip applicator, so it's easier to like apply it onto the lash band and place it. Usually those squeezy tubes, it gets everywhere, it gets messy, and this one holds the lashes in place for a really long time. So now let's move on to base products, and firstly I will be starting off with primers. Now I have a couple of primers to talk to you guys about, and I am super excited. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is this Wet n Wild primer serum. Now this is something that I got recently because a lot of people actually rave about this, a lot of international YouTubers. This one was priced at 699 rupees, but I got it on a discount for about 450 rupees. I will link the website where you can find this on much better discount. Now this one is very hydrating on the skin. It actually preps your skin really well and holds your makeup in place and keeps it like that on your skin. It hydrates my skin so well, and I'm impressed, super impressed with this particular primer. And I've seen people with even oily combination skin really love this primer. So this is for all skin types. It's so good, you guys. You have to try this one out. The foundation goes on so smooth on top of this. It doesn't cling on to anything, and it also keeps your makeup in place. And this, you need a very little amount of it. Little goes a long way with this primer serum. Then you can move on to your traditional primers. So if you have a lot of visible large pores, you need something a little more pore filling. So this is the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth Primer. So this one is amazing for people with oily skin. For me, I like to use it just on this part, not all over my face. So just on places where I need a little bit of pore filling is where I use this primer. If you want a more dewy looking primer, some people like really glowy base, you can use this Wet n Wild dewy primer. Now a lot of people really like this primer. For me, I don't find the effect of it to be that long lasting once I'm done with my foundation, but I also like to mix this in with my foundation, and a lot of people like to use this as a highlighter as well, like a very natural looking highlighter, something that's not very glittery and shimmery on your skin. Now let's move on to foundation. Now for all of these other things, you saw me give so many options, but just for foundation I don't really have a lot of options. I just have one product because this one product works for all skin type and it works really well. Now this is the PAC HD Liquid Foundation. This is my tried and true. I have worn this for some very special occasions like I mentioned, and it photographs so beautifully, looks really nice on the skin, looks like skin but better, and it would look really cakey on your skin, and it lasts a really long time. So if you have oily skin, just use a really good primer and a powder to set this with. Of course, if you're building a makeup kit, you need a strobe cream, and this is an amazing strobe cream. This is the Maybelline Master Strobe Cream. This is in the nude variant, and I don't really like to apply this all over my skin, but I like to mix this in with the foundation to give that dewy effect. So if you're going to get ready for a special occasion, you have to keep your skin as glowy as it can. So, and especially if it's your wedding day, a little makeup bridal glow wouldn't hurt. So now let's move on to concealer. So I have a couple of options. Don't you worry. Now, correctors are something that again you have to use according to your need. So if your skin needs it, so you use a peach color corrector if you have sort of greenish looking under eye area. But if you have something a little bit darker, like an almost blue looking dark circles, then you have to use an orange color corrector. So you have to follow the color wheel, and the opposite color is what you take to use as your color corrector. So if you don't want to invest in each individual corrector separately, then you have to invest in a color correcting palette. But for me particularly, I just don't need all of that. I just need an orange color corrector. Now this one works really well for me. This is from LA Girl. Well, I just have to use a very, very light hand with it. So in the demo, you guys can see I just did go a little overboard, but that much is not required. I don't even have to squeeze out the product. So if I've squeezed this product out, say 2 weeks ago, I can still manage to get it to work because I need just a little bit. So whatever is just left on the applicator is all I need to color correct. And even the K-Beauty orange color corrector works really well for me. And then coming to concealer in the affordable range, these are the two concealers I would recommend and something that I've used quite a lot. So this is the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. These have so many different shade options. It's pretty good coverage as well and good lasting power. So you get like about medium to slightly above medium coverage and good lasting power, and different shade options, different undertones, different color correctors as well. So as you guys can see in the demo on the left side, I've used this concealer. It works really well and I'm almost out of it. On the right side, I've used this Pack Take Cover Concealer. I'm not very sure about the shade because the sticker has come off. I think it was in the shade Birthday Suit. This matches me pretty well, and this is a very lightweight concealer, has pretty good medium coverage, and this is something that I use quite often, and I don't actually set it, but you can set it if you think that concealers fade away from your face quite fast. This is something that is again very creamy, very emollient. If you have dry skin, this would work really well. Now, LA Girl Concealer would work on any skin type, but this one more so catered towards dry skin. If you have very oily under eye area, it might slip away in a whiff. Now for spot concealing, if you want a good concealer, like if you have some scars that you want to spot conceal, concealer that comes in this tub, like a creamy concealer, would work really well. This is the PAC Studio Derma Concealer. This is in the shade BFT. This works really well as a spot concealer. It's very creamy and almost like skin light. And then moving on to powder to set your concealer with and the rest of your face with. So I again have two options for that. So the first loose powder I'm going to be talking about is the Revolution loose powder. This is in the banana variant, and this is not too yellow. It wouldn't look like yellow under eyes, but it's very lightly pigmented and brightens the under eye area. It sets it beautifully, and also it doesn't settle into the lines on your face or the under eyes, and also smoothens it out to an extent, and a little goes a long way. Now again, this one doesn't cling on to dry patches, and you can also use it on your face. But if you want something that is giving you a little bit more coverage, you have to use something like this. This is what I used on the left side of my eye. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I got this one in the shade Light Medium because these are really pigmented powders and they actually give you a little bit of coverage as well. So if you're using a medium coverage concealer, you can use this powder. It does slightly add a little bit of coverage, and it's very smooth underneath the eyes. It doesn't dry your under eye area out, even if you have dry skin. So again, you can use this for all over your face as well. Two amazing loose powders for you guys. And then let's move on to blush and all that. So if you are someone who doesn't like to invest in individual products, this is a palette that you should be trying out. This is the Sugar Contour Day Force palette. This is in the variant Vivid Victory. Now this is for people up to like medium and medium tan skin tones. Anywhere deeper than that, these products might not show up on you, especially like this contour / bronzer shade. I feel like it's a little bit on the neutral side, so you can contour your face with this and also bronze up your skin. It's very light. It wouldn't look like a patchy bronzer or anything of that sort. I am someone who actually doesn't even use bronzer or contour on my skin on a regular basis, and I still do really like this for my skin. And the blush is really nice. It's pretty pigmented and a very nice shade of like a warm pink shade. And this highlighter is again very smooth on the skin, like a subtle highlighter. It's not too intense. So if you don't like intense highlighters, you can try this one out. And even all of these can work as an eyeshadow as well. Like you can use this on your eyes. You can use all these products on your eyes as well. But if you find like the contour shade in this is a little bit too light, you can of course invest in other palettes, other face palettes that have more pigmented and variety of contour shades. Suggest that you look into Makeup Revolution products, like their face palettes. They have different shade options, especially if you're building like a professional makeup kit. And then let's move on to blush. One blush that I highly recommend is this Wet n Wild blush in the shade Mellow Wine. So this is like a beautiful, like a warm toned, again, peachy shade. It's not so much of a wine kind of shade, but it's very nice. You can build it up to the intensity you want, or you can keep it very subtle, very smooth. Even though it's a matte blush, it doesn't actually cling on to any dry patches on your skin. I have faced that with some blushes. Even though I don't really have dry skin, sometimes the blush can be super matte where it can actually cling on to some texture on your skin. This doesn't do that. So if you want cream blushes, of course, you can use your lipstick. Whatever nude lipstick you have, you can always double it up as a blush. Or if you have lip tints as well, you can use it as a blush. I don't really have any lip tint in my collection, so I use lipsticks all the time as a blush. It works really well. This is Maybelline Toasted Almond, which is a really nice nude shade as well, and it works really nice as a warm tone blush. The Nykaa Cushion lipstick. So this works as a lipstick and it's a very nice creamy blush. So now, if you want a very natural looking highlighter and something that you can wear on a daily basis even without makeup, or you want to use some highlighter even on your special occasion, even on any special occasion, but you don't want it to look like it's very powdery and glittery or shimmery on your skin, a cream highlighter is something you should try out, and especially this one from Sugar. This is the Sugar Face Forward Highlighter Stick. This is in the shade Bronze Bellwether. I thought the shade is going to be too dark for me, but it works really well on my skin, and this is what I have for the majority of my face. And this particular cream highlighter, I drag it all the way up till here. You can't really pull it down this further if you are using a powder highlighter or something that is a little more intense or shimmery, because it will accentuate texture. But just this cream highlighter works really well. You can't really even see the shimmer particles in it. There's no glitter, absolutely. It's so smooth on the skin. If you want something a little more intense, Maybelline Master Chrome Highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. You guys know how much I love this. And again, this one doubles up as an eyeshadow, a beautiful gold eyeshadow. I've used it so many times. Pop, gold, pop. Beautiful. It's an intense gold highlighter. So this would work for people with light, medium, tan and deep skin tones. If you are lighter, they have another variant in this, but I like this one so much. It's so smooth, so finely milled, and it is intense. Okay, so if you want something that photographs really well, something that has to be intense, you have to try this one out. And then now that we finished our makeup, we need to have a good setting spray, which is vital to take off any kind of like poutiness on your face, to set your makeup in place, blend everything together. So one that I would recommend is the Wet n Wild Natural Finish Setting Spray. This one is really affordable. You get 45 ml of product. I'm almost out of this. This is one of my favorite setting sprays. But this one actually like sometimes spits out the product, like it's not very even application. It still works like if you can spray it onto your sponge and then set your makeup. So it blends everything together. Even if there's something that is looking a little bit stuck, it'll actually pull everything together. So this one works really well for that. But something that if you want a more aerosol application, something that can actually spray the product more evenly, the Pack Makeup Fixer Spray. The Wet n Wild one adds a slight amount of glowiness to your skin. So if you have very oily skin, I'm not sure how this one works, but this one works really well for all skin types. Again, not so much a hydrating mist or anything, but you can just spritz your sponge and then press it onto your skin. This is amazing, and the spray is so good on this. A lot of people love this as well. Look at the quantity you get. It is 120 ml and you get this for 925 rupees. I don't regret buying this one bit. So it sets your makeup beautifully, and even if you want to intensify your eyeshadows, you can use these makeup setting sprays. And then let's move on to lip products, because I'm actually out of charge on my camera. I can see it dying, and it will die anytime soon. So one thing that I would recommend is, like, before you start off with your makeup, even like when you're prepping your skin, even prep your lips with a lip sleeping mask, something that would form a film on your lips. That is because when you're applying all this foundation and powder, it gets onto your lips and it'll actually make it very dry. So when what you can do, you can actually apply it on your lips. It also moisturizes your lips to an extent. So then once you're going to apply your lipstick, you can actually take it off. So that's what I do, because otherwise all matte lipsticks will tend to look a little bit more glossy if you leave it on, and it would transfer a lot. Now moving on to lipsticks. I have a lot of lipstick options. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is the Nykaa Ultra Matte Lipsticks. Now these are sound matte, but they stay in place. They are very pigmented and not super drying on the lips. So if you're using a lip product, you might need to use something that is long lasting, especially if you're using it for yourself. But if you're building a professional kit, then I would recommend investing in a lip palette. I'm not very sure about the options available in India, but that you can customize your own shade. But of course, even these would work if you use it with a lip brush. I have two shades, Cleopatra, which I have on my lips right now, a dark like plum shade, and then Madeline, which is a pink toned red shade. I've swatched all of this in a video. I will link it right here. And then if you want a deeper red shade, this one in Russian Maroon from Faces. This is a gel cut lipstick, is amazing. The formula of this is almost like a high-end lipstick. So comfortable on the lips, so long-lasting and very pigmented. Beautiful shade. This is on the pricier side, but Faces is always on buy one get one. So amazing red shade, like a beautiful, beautiful deep red shade. And then nude options, of course, like I mentioned, the Nykaa cushion lipstick in the shade Dream On. This is a very nice like brown tone nude shade, not very pigmented, but not very sheer as well, but this one would double up as a blush. I have swatched all of these shades. I will leave it right here. All the nude shades, all the reds, all of that will be in a playlist, so you guys can watch the swatch of it. If I'm going to swatch everything right now, I'll never be able to complete this video and upload it on time. Then two other nude shades from Maybelline. Maybelline makes one of the best lipsticks in my opinion. They're very creamy, very nice. So you can use the shade Touch of Spice if you want like a light mauvey nude shade, and Toasted Almond, which is a brown toned nude shade. And then if you want something that can line your lips more precisely, I would recommend using a lip crayon. So these two are from Faces. This is their primer and matte lip crayon. Beautiful formula, very long lasting, and you can get precise application with it. If you're using a lip brush, anything is easy to apply. So if you want a pink shade, Dash of Pink is your jam. And if you want a deeper shade, again, Scandalous is very nice. They have so many different shade options. I have swatched all of these Faces lip crayons in an Instagram video. I will link it down below. Sugar lip crayon again is amazing. You guys know it. A lot of you guys love it as well. They have so many different red options. The shade I have right here with me is Claire Redfield. I'm not just recommending this shade. They have so many other shades that whatever you like, you can buy. And if you are looking for a good liquid lipstick, in the red one, I have the Wet n Wild Missy and Fierce liquid lipstick. You guys know how much I love this. A beautiful red shade for all skin tones. The formula is very comfortable. It wouldn't flake and it wouldn't embarrass you in public. And then something else that is super pigmented as well is this Maybelline Sensational Matte Liquid Lipstick. So I have three shades: Sensationally Me, a peachy nude shade, Made Easy, again a terracotta kind of shade, and then Soft Wine, a deeper red shade. Again, amazing formula, very pigmented. If you have pigmented lips, you can try these out. They are not very drying. So then something else that I would recommend you keep in your kit at all times is a brush cleaner. This is the Pack Instant Brush Cleaner. This you can spot clean your brushes and keep some Q-tips at all times. Just to clean up your eye makeup, or if you messed up somewhere, just to clean up your lip line or anything. Q-tip is an amazing thing to keep in a collection. Also a micellar water. When you wreck your makeup and you need to fix it instantly, a micellar water is something that comes in hand at any times. You can't use those cleansing balms or anything of the sort. So a micellar water is something that you need to have. Now keep in mind that if you are using mascara on another person, like a client or somebody else, use disposable wands. And if you're using liquid lipstick, you can use a lip brush, or you can use those disposable lip wands, which you get on Amazon. And also if you guys are looking for like brushes, why I didn't include brushes, because it's going to make this video super long. I've made a video all about affordable makeup brushes. I will leave it in the description box below, and I've also made an IGTV video about just 5 makeup brushes you would need if you want to like multitask. So I will leave that video as well in the description box below. But yeah, these are the things that I would keep in my collection, and I would suggest for people who are looking to build an affordable makeup kit. These are really good quality products, you guys. And if you have any other recommendations, do leave it in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed this video and appreciate my effort, the time I took into making this video and to pull all these products together, give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Yeah, baby.